Students, let me explain how to write exercise. Number 1. Say whether these sentences are true or false and correct the false ones. A. The writer of the story is William Blake. Is it right? No. The writer of the story is Oscar Wilde. Everyone admired the statue of the Happy Prince. It is true because it was beautiful and it was made of gold and jewels. The mother was working when the swallow brought the red jewel. False. The mother was sleeping when the swallow brought the red jewel. The two best things the servants brought to God were gold and the jewel stones. No, the answer is wrong. It is false. The broken heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow were the two best things the servants brought to God. The happy prince's body was covered with snow. False. The happy prince's body was covered with gold. The swallow was flying to France. Wrong. The swallow was flying to Egypt. So, in this way you have to write answers. Now, find from the story the homophones of the following words. So, homophones means what? Their pronunciation is same and they have different spelling and different meanings. For example, weak. This week is the opposite of strong, but another week means days of week. W-E-E-K. Next, blue. Blue. Another blue, which one? It indicates color. Red and red. Past form of read is red and red. R-E-D, red means color. No and no. N-O, no. It indicates negative. True, true. T-H-R-O-U-G-H. There, there. Here, there. Like that, there. There means what? It's a pronoun. There. It's also demonstrative pronoun. See, see. Here one see means what? See. See means look. Waste and waste. Not, not. N-O-T, not. Right, right. Right means what? Rights and duties. That is right. R-I-G-H-T. W-R-I-T-E. So these are the homophones. And try to collect more homophones yourself and write in your notebook. Answer the given questions in your own words. Where was the Happy Prince statue located? The statue of Happy Prince was located high above the city on a tall column. Why did the swallow decide to stay under the statue of the Happy Prince at night? The swallow thought there would be a plenty of fresh air as the statue was high up. What was the first task given to the swallow? The swallow was told to take the red ruby from the prince's sword and give it to the mother of the sick boy. She was so poor that she could not afford to feed the boy anything except water from the river. To whom did the prince gift the two gemstones of his eyes? The prince had two sapphires for his eyes. The prince gifted one of the sapphires to a poor young man. That means he was a writer who was cold and hungry and had no fire to wood to keep himself warm. The prince wanted him to buy firewood and food for himself. And second is, the prince asked the bird to give the other sapphire to the poor little girl who was selling eggs, and accidentally her eggs had fallen on the ground and were broken. She was crying and feared her father would beat her unless she went back home with some money. What decision did the bird finally make? Finally, the swallow decided not to go back to Egypt and serve the prince. Why did the swallow finally decide not to leave the prince? Because when the prince sent away his second sapphire to the poor girl who broke all her eggs, the swallow decided to stay back with the statue and serve the kind blind prince. He became the prince's eyes and helped him serve other poor people in the city. What message do you get from this story? Here, even though you are rich, when you have gold, ruby, diamond, you value the valuables, but not the values. The happy prince was not happy to see the suffering of poor people, but he was happy to help them. Wealth is not everything. The thing what matters most is happiness. The irony comes in the end when they dismantle the statue of the prince because it begins to look dull without its ornamentation.